Barcelona prepared to sacrifice 5 first-team players to fund summer rebuild. Barcelona are set to sacrifice 5 first-team players to fund their summer recruitment drive. Barcelona are in pole position to lift La Liga this season, yet the club hierarchy are not resting as they aim to put the steps in place to prepare to kick on next season. The Catalan Giants are chasing their holy grail, a 6th Champions League, after they last secured the competition in 2015, and they will have to wait at least another season after elimination to Atletico Madrid in the quarterfinal this campaign. Hansi Flick has fallen short on 2 occasions now as manager, despite securing the La Liga title in his debut season, and looks like he will add to it this campaign. So, the German manager will be hopeful of further additions to his squad to give him the tools to finally win the elite European trophy. Yet Barcelona do not have a limitless pot of money to spend from, and so will need to fund this through the sale of some of their existing stars, as reported by ASD Audio. 3 of the players that the Spanish Giants may be considering allowing to leave Camp Nou are defenders, with one of these being a leader on and off the pitch in Ronald Araujo. The Uruguayan has only started 2 La Liga matches since taking time off from action in November due to depression, and this lack of game time may indicate he is seen as surplus to requirements. The other 2 defenders who may be set to leave the club are fullback options in the shape of Jules Koundé and Alejandro Balde. While both have the full backing of Flick and have been incredibly reliable and trusted options, there may be the chance that if better individuals can be recruited, or they are needed to leave the club for funds, then that may be the case. La Masia product Marc Casado may be another player that could be set to leave the club in order to help fund the transfer pot. The midfielder has had plenty of suitors over recent months, as they can see the undoubtable ability he has. However, Casado has been unwilling to leave the club due to his desire to play for Barcelona. Clubs in Saudi Arabia are interested in him, as well as those in the Premier League and La Liga, and while he has rejected approaches previously, due to his lack of game time, he may now opt to leave. The last player that could leave the club is Rooney Bargi, with this case being slightly more difficult, as he is seen as a player with a lot of potential, and one Barcelona do not want to lose. This may see him sold with a buyback option in the deal, to give him minutes away from the club, as he has been deputizing for Lamine Yamal at present on the right wing, and so has had limited minutes. Players linked with summer moves to Barcelona. Barcelona have been linked to several stars this summer to strengthen the squad, with Atletico's Julian Alvarez and Inter Milan's Alessandro Bastoni appearing to be at the top of the wish list. However, according to El Chiringuito TV, it appears that there are 4 other players that the club are also interested in bringing to Camp Nou ahead of next season. 2 of the players are fullbacks and may explain their decision to look at Koundé and Balde as dispensable. One of the options they could bring in is Denzel Dumfries from Inter, with the Dutchman proving to be a reliable option in fullback for the Italian side now for several seasons. Meanwhile, the other fullback the club are chasing is a Catalan who has previously played for Espanyol, Marc Cucurella, who is currently playing his football at Chelsea. Bernardo Silva has also been linked to the club, with the Manchester City star set to be available on a free transfer, as it was announced he would be leaving the English club in the summer upon the expiration of his contract. However, they may face tough competition in bringing the Portuguese international to Catalonia. The final player that has been mentioned about securing a move to Barcelona this summer is Youssef Diomande from RB Leipzig, as the Ivorian international has impressed in the Bundesliga this campaign. Barca will face tough competition to get Diomande to the club this summer, as he's been linked to Liverpool. But the draw of playing for one of the most iconic clubs in the world may be too much for him as well, as the chance of linking up with one of the biggest talents of the world at the minute in the shape of Yamal.